It's time for your monthly market update for January 2023. Can't wait to share some exciting information with you of how the market's been doing. It's been interesting to say the least. Hi, I'm Jason Geroux. I'm the designated broker and owner here at 410 Real Estate, a multi-million-dollar producing real estate brokerage here in Gilbert, Arizona, and I am super excited to have you here with us. Before we get started talking about today, if you haven't had a chance to do so yet, please hit the subscribe button, the notification bell on this video so that you're made aware when we do post these videos. If you're not subscribed to our social media, make sure you hit us up on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Love to have you as part of the 410 family and can't wait to see you there. But today you are here to hear about the market. What's going on? It's interesting. Is the world coming apart? Is the housing market crashing? What's going on? We're hearing all these things from the media. I'm going to try and give you some information based in fact, based in numbers and data, and not just based in a hunch or based in fear or any of those sorts of things. So real quick, gonna run through it here. We try and keep these videos just a few minutes so that you can get all the information and not get bored at the same time. So I'm going to be glancing back and forth here to numbers, but sales are down 14% month over month for the month of January. So we sold 4,265 homes through the MLS during the month of January. That is down month over month. It's down 37% year over year. If you can remember back last year, we were selling 9,000 homes, so it significantly is lower. Inventory, kind of correlated with that, is down about 2% month over month, December to January. However, we're up 115% in inventory from last January of 2022. So lots of inventory, not a lot of sales. Of the listings that we do have, those 18,688 is the number for listings right now. About 84% of those are going to be available right now and are not under contract. So what does that translate to? That's 4.38 months of supply. So it would take us almost 4.5 months if no new inventory was added to sell through the inventory we currently have. So that's what that 4.5 months symbolizes. We've talked, guys, in the past about the fact that a balanced market is between 4 and 6 months of supply. So where are we at right now? Are we in a seller's market? No. Are we in a buyer's market? No, not officially. We're in a balanced market. What we're seeing, though, with the increase in inventory and the decrease in sales is that it is a good time for buyers right now. We're seeing sellers giving concessions. We're seeing sellers negotiating on price. Things that we didn't see a year ago are starting to happen again, which is really how a balanced market should work, right? Buyer offers something, seller either accepts or counteroffers, buyer either accepts or counteroffers. It's supposed to be a negotiation. This last couple of years in the what we call the pandemic market, right, was just kind of nuts. There was so many people relocating, working from home, things were changing, so many homes were selling, and there was a lot of money out there to be lent, a lot of money to borrow at such ridiculously low rates that everybody was doing it, even if they didn't necessarily have to do it, right? So just a couple quick stats here. List prices are up 10% year over year, but sales prices are down 4.5% year over year. So we are still seeing some sellers that are trying to see if they can get closer to last year's numbers still, which may or may not be a reality depending on the neighborhood you're in. Our average sale price is $511 right now, where our median sales price is $410. $410,000 is the median, but average is $511. An increase in sales price is actually forecasted for February. Typically, Q4, November, December, and early January are a little bit slower for us. So we are going to hopefully see some sales pick up during the month of February. I know we're actually almost done with the month of February. We're 3 weeks in or 2 weeks in now. But anecdotally, I can just say from watching the agents in my office and being a broker myself, we are seeing an increase in activity over what we saw last month and over the last quarter of last year. Again, anecdotally, not looking at facts yet because we don't have those numbers. Foreclosures are up. Here's something you're going to hear in the media. There's all these foreclosures or all these properties listed. Foreclosures are up 57% year over year. That's true. But there's only 1,100 distressed properties in an entire market of 18,000. So the percentage of the total sales last month were only 2.2%. 0.2% were distressed sales. So all this you're hearing about foreclosures being an issue, the housing bubble is going to burst, all these different things, just not really the case factually based on the data right now. And here's the reason why. Most people that are at risk of foreclosure are in a position where if they sold the home, they would be out of the risk of foreclosure. So lots of equity out there. Now there are certain circumstances where that's not the case. They borrowed against it or whatever it happens to be. But for the most part, if you get in trouble with foreclosure, you lose your job, you can't pay the mortgage anymore, we can probably help you sell your home to remove that threat of foreclosure, and you just put you back into the rental market or into a home that better fits your budget. Last stat I want to give you is average days on market. This is where we're seeing the major difference, right? So a year ago, average days on market was 37. Today, the average days on market are 80. So that's 43 more days this year than there were last year. And January sales were actually 9 days higher than December sales. So again, what does all this mean? It means that we're starting to see more of what we should typically see in a balanced market. Sellers and buyers negotiating deals that work for both parties to get what they need accomplished. So if you're a buyer, it's a great time. Well, Jason, what about the rates? I understand that the rates are an issue, but historically the rates are still, 6 to 8% is about historically normal. We're right floating in that 6 to 7 mark, and probably we'll see those come down a bit this year. However, we're seeing an opportunity to get better prices on homes, to get potentially more concessions on homes, and sellers. Yes, you may not be able to get what you could have gotten a year ago. However, if you bought your house a couple of years ago, or even during the pandemic, we're still up. Even if we drop another 7-8% this year, we're still up to where we were back at the beginning of 2021. So overall, we're still doing very well. I will say two things. One, greed is no longer a reason to sell your home. If you just want to make a ton of money and you want to get the most possible for it, at any point in history, now may not be the time. However, it is impossible to time the top, just as though it's impossible to time the bottom. And number two, if you're a buyer and you're thinking, well, I'm going to wait for rates to come down, there's probably not going to be a dramatic shift in rates in at least the next 12 to 18 months. They may come down a bit, but if you're waiting to see 2.5%, 3% rates again, that was ridiculous. We've never seen those before aside from this pandemic market. So probably want to rethink that and not make your decision based on rates that probably will never get back to where they are. So as I always say, my last piece, and I'll leave you with this, it's always about what's best for your situation. If it makes sense for you to buy or sell, then we'll work out a way to make it the best win for you possible. Don't make your decisions based on fear, panic, what other people are saying. Look at your personal situation, your personal budget, your personal equity, and decide what's best for you. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. I hope it was helpful. Please share this on your social media so that maybe we can get some actual factual information out there so folks aren't just relying on what they see in the news each day. Share this on social media, like I said, and appreciate you being here. We'll see you on the next video.